YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in Total War Warhammer, and I asked if you all could help me by sending some sweet banishment action using Volkmar the Grim to send it in, and I've got a player here who has delivered. Look at this banishment right off the bat all over the top of these greenskin enemies. Looks like the greenskins forward deployed some missile units and are now formally regretting that decision, as Volkmar's banishment causing massive damage, and then a follow-up by the Demigryph Knights with halberds is going to be pretty severe. Hold on, I gotta adjust my sound real quick. Yeah, so I'm recording from on the road. I am working all this week in Reno, Nevada. Yeah, I'm out for my day job, so Erev day job right now. What is this? Woo. Dodging a purple sun of Zerus there. Gets a couple of his units, but it's a decent dodge. And the enemy lord here is Azag, which, interesting choice, would normally put him at a massive disadvantage to other flying lords, but since Volkmar the Grim was the choice here, not necessarily an instant disadvantage, but Azag diving right in on Skullmuncher, trying to take out Stirland's Revenge, which is an armor-piercing Free Company militia. Demigryph Knights tried to move in, but didn't quite make it. Azag makes it back in the air. The Empire and the Greenskins ready to face off. There are 4 Black Orcs on the other side, a couple of Gobos, 2 Giants, Azag that we already mentioned, several Knight Gobbo Archers, and on the Empire side we got Flagellants, Sigmar Sons, more Flagellants, Spears on the flanks, Great Swords in the back. Then there was 1 Demigryph Knight, and then Volkmar the Grim here, who's being attacked by Skullmuncher. There's also a Shadow, or a Grey Wizard, which has Lore of Shadows, which should make for some interesting gameplay. So in terms of infantry, the Greenskins far have the Empire outmatched. So let's see how the Empire is going to handle this. They do have a couple of missile units, but they have to try and take down 2 Giants with those missile units. And I don't think the Giants realize, and this has got to be a misclick with Stirland's Revenge. There's another Purple Sun of Zerus, but it's not cast very well. But it is going to double back. Oh my goodness, it may get some nasty damage done on the Empire right here, but there was also Greenskins there. But look at this, a Pit of Shades turned around, so magic being used everywhere. Pit of Shades getting a hold of a Black Orc should cause very nice damage to the Black Orc here, and it does. It causes immense damage to the Black Orc. So well played. Volkmar drops a banishment as well, so the Greenskins just reeling from the magic, and it has been a battle of vortexes, which is not what you typically see. Look at that though, the 2 vortex spells just absolutely cleaning out Black Orcs. They were already damaged. Volkmar's racked up 65 kills. Look at this, 3 Black Orcs fleeing from what was a very weak infantry line from the Empire. There is still a bit of a problem though. These Giants are left. If the Free Company militia can stand back and fire, they can get some work done. Skullmuncher is in here getting his work done. There's lots of Flagellants and other unbreakable units, which will make this a bit difficult for the Greenskins. And with Azag the Slaughterer looking to go down here, that's probably going to, yeah, it does. Causes a chain rout basically, and the Greenskins concede defeat. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that fast but furious gameplay with lots and lots of spell casting, which I figured would be fun. Let's pull up another battle and go play. This is another one that Eru Robin sent in. This one is going to be Wood Elves versus Vampire Counts. Figured I'd get you all a double feature tonight, since I really only had time to record 1 video though. However, I need you all to give me some feedback. I'm going to put a poll card up on this video. Let me know what video you want to see tomorrow. I'll give you some options, and whichever video is top in the poll cards will definitely be released tomorrow. Obviously there'll be another video besides that, but I want to see what video you all want me to release, and I'll do that. I've had a lot of you ask me questions. I am going to review my laptop soon. I have a pretty exciting announcement to let you all know soon as well. I'm kind of working with the folks on the details, so hopefully I'll be able to let you know what that is. But I'm looking to review my laptop so that you all can see, alright, well, what laptop does Air have? What does he use it for? Why did he get it? A lot of you, being Total War fans, tend to have a tendency to want to know, what computer you need to run the game. And a lot of people like laptops. Well, my laptop is a little bit different. I'll talk about it more in a review, but for those who are wondering, it's an MSI GT73 VR. Not a laptop I would recommend for just your common gamer. I bought it specifically for being able to cast and record in ultra high quality on the road. So that was the purpose I got it for. But yeah, I'll review it. We'll talk about it, and I'll try and give you all some tips on maybe what kind of hardware you want to run Warhammer for those who are interested. We've got the Glady here on the dragon up against the vampires, which is probably a safe choice, because if the vampires don't go all in with air, then they're kind of screwed, because if they went with just one unit, they'd have to kite around a lot. And there's a lot of Glade Guard Starfire shafts, and I think that's why we're seeing the Glady here, because why not, right? You can put her in the air. If the vampires challenge you in the air, you pull back to your Glade Guard. If they don't challenge in the air, then you can do stuff like this, which is just kind of camping right over the top of them and firing at will at the Necromancer here, which she's causing immense damage to. The Glady's missile attacks are not to be trifled with. They are quite good, causing a use of Invocation of Heck. Now, this is great because this pulls down the magic pool available to the vampires. We got Vlad, Corpse Cart, Unholy Lodestone, and the Starfire shafts are now unloading on the Graveguard. There's several Graveguard up front, Skeleton Spears, Blood Knights, and a White King. So nothing crazy here for the Vampire Army. I mean, a lot of infantry with a Corpse Cart. Vlad's going to charge in first, and he might as well. He'll be able to heal off most of the damage. He's going to drop some zombies back here. They can be intercepted, though. They didn't quite get far enough back, so he might have to try another zombie drop. But look at all the units back here. There's War Dancers. They should be able to fend off the zombies. The Necromancer gets straight up destroyed in a hail of magical missiles. So the Starfire shafts making themselves felt. This Corpse Guard and Holy Lodestone would be a great target if they're able to get to it. Front line is engaged. Graveguard will cut through Eternal Guard, but it'll take a little while. Meanwhile, the Blood Knights looking for targets. More Raise the Dead coming up, but they're just not going to be able to get to the Glade Guard. That's one of the challenges with Raise the Dead from Vlad, is that he's... Ooh, look at that. Nice arrows of Kronos there into the Necromancer. The Starfire shafts really pouring in the heat. As long as the War Dancers with Azrae Spear stick around, they should be able to protect the Glade Guard. There's a Spellsinger Lore of Life back here as well. The Vampires have already broken through this flank here and are pushing hard. They're making some progress. Wild Riders are going to move in to protect the Glade Guard from the zombies. And the Azrae Spear and Eternal Guard are cutting through here, but fortunately for the Elves, the Blood Knights have not yet arrived on station. These Wild Riders are all bogged down. I mean, there's just a horde of zombies being summoned back here and flung towards the archers. None of them actually connected with the archers, but this is going to be a big deal. Oh, the Azrae Spear there to save it. I thought the Blood Knights were going to get a really good charge there, but they get fended off. 2 units of War Dancers with the Spear, and then the Wild Riders chasing the Blood Knights is going to give them a hard time to stay away. And then it looks like the Glady's going to pull over there. Could potentially use a Prey of Eneth here if they really wanted to. Looks like there was an overcast just now on the Spellsinger. Not really sure what spell it was she was casting. Now, it looks like the Glady's just going to charge down here, and it looks like the Glade Guard with Starfire shafts just pouring fire into the blob. The infantry eaten up by the vampires. This is not too surprising. Corpse Cart's still alive. So at this point, there's going to have to be an immense amount of kiting and patience, but this Blood Knight gets pinned down way behind its lines by the Prey of Eneth. And we've got the Glady on her dragon, Wild Riders, Azrae Spear. This Blood Knight is going to die in a big, big hurry. Let's see whether or not it gets support. Yeah, it does get Invocation of Heck, so that'll help. The Ball of Zombies and Vlad. This is Vlad's handiwork indeed. Look, you got Vlad in here and then just surrounded by absolute crap tons of zombies. Looks like the White King is pursuing the Glade Guard. Yeah, some of them can turn and shoot at him. They might be able to get a hold of him pretty quickly. Looks like the Blood Knights. Yep, Blood Knights are gone. The 2 Azrae Spear can pull out. It looks like the Wild Riders are going to take the charge there. Let the Azrae Spear pull out, which is a good choice because there's still another Blood Knight. And now there is quite a bit of split up Wood Elf troops all over the battlefield. There's still 1 Blood Knight. Another zombie summon here, but they're just not close enough. So the Wood Elf player is going to continue to pull away. And the Vampires are struggling right now to cope with the huge ball of archers back here that basically have free reign unless the cavalry can get to them. So the Prey of Eneth used once to help deal with the Blood Knights. Probably a good bet that we're going to see it again. The White King does get into the Glade Guard over here, and there's Skeleton Spears pushing. Nice charges here from the Wild Riders, who have racked up a pretty considerable number of kills, albeit a lot of them on zombies, but still doing good work. Blood Knights getting in over here, so what are the Wood Elves going to do to stop the Blood Knights, which will quickly savage their archers? Well, they're going to bring in the War Dancers with the Azrae Spear, and then the Glady on her Dragon, and charge down in. Should be able to put the Blood Knights in a pretty serious hurt. And they do. Probably an Invocation maybe coming up. Yep, Invocation trying to save the Blood Knights, but I believe it's too late. That's just going to be too much damage for the Blood Knights to tank, and they're probably going to crumble. They are not crumbling. Yeah, there they go. Now they're crumbling. So yeah, the Glade Guard's going to go unopposed. No, look at this. Vlad gets hit by the Prey of Anathema right within range of a ton of the Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts. I can't remember if Vlad is shielded. I don't think he's shielded. Yeah, he's not shielded. So that is going to make him pretty vulnerable, though he does heal damage very, very quickly. The Konigstein Stalkers is pressuring some of the Glade Guard. So these two Azrae Spear are in really good shape in terms of health. And there's some vampire units over here that might be able to come back up here and rejoin the fight. I don't know, my telestration's turned on. I need to go fix that. Yeah, anyway, you can see the Glade Guard just really pouring in the fire. They've used up a pretty considerable amount of their ammo. There's still some left. These Konigstein Stalkers are going to crumble because they're singled out. There's Graveguard, White King, Vlad, all these units making a run, but they're going to be feinted by the Wild Riders to try and keep them from continuing the charge. And the Wood Elves are looking to retreat, fire and retreat. It's the type of combat that one would expect from the Wood Elves. The Azrae Spear should be able to just run away from the vampires here if they want to. They're faster. They're much faster. The Spellslinger, on the other hand, I don't know if she can get away. Her speed's only 35, but maybe so. This War Dancer right here is taking some damage. It needs to run away from the fight, but it looks like it's just going to get hit with the Nurth Blood there. Let's fast forward a bit and see what happens. There's still quite a bit of battlelet. Basically, the Wood Elf player is being insistent upon being able to use his expensive missiles. And if you're going to bring that kind of army, it kind of makes sense. The Corpse Cart's still over here fighting against all the spears. Looks like it's going to be taken out by the Glady. The White King continually pushing forward. And it looks like trying to get to the Spellslinger. But the Azrae Spear are there as well. But the Spellslinger is very close to routing. Got hit by Master of Beguilement, which is one of Vlad's abilities. Not a ton of kills on the Glade Guard, and it's probably due to the fact that the vampires have shields. Most of the vampire units have shields, at least. And that can put up a pretty considerable amount of protection, but I mean, there is still definitely some serious hit point damage being done by the Wood Elf player. But the vampires here have managed to get the Spellslinger routed and kind of get her caught. So it's going to be really hard for her to get out of a fight like this. I don't know what's going on there. She's getting knocked down into the ground, but this also does give the Glade Guard a good opportunity to fire in. Yeah, the Spellslinger is struggling. Looks like the Glady's going to plop down into this combat on the Dragon. And the vampires appear to be in rough shape, but the balance bar still says it's fairly balanced. It's probably because of Vlad. Oh my goodness, another Raise the Dead. Right when you think the Raise the Dead is over, you can think again, folks. Think again. Well, we could use that banishment from Volkmar right now, but I guess that's kind of what the... Wow, that was beautiful. All those Starfire Shafts firing in. Wow. That is just an intense amount of fire, but it's about to be over. The ammo is fairly limited at this point. Let's see what's left. Take inventory. So White King and Necromancer is going to add substantial healing. Vlad is done, I think... No, Vlad's not done healing. Vlad is not done healing, and neither is the White King, so that's why the balance bar says what it says right now. Because if you look at all these units that are left, none of them are going to be able to put much of a dent in him other than the Glady. And since Vlad is on foot, it's actually kind of hard to put a real beat down on him. Looks like the Glady diving in again. She's got a potion and probably hasn't used it yet, but even if she has, still, I think the Spellslinger, did the Spellslinger get away? Nope, she's shattered, so she's out of the fight. So if he's used the potion, then It's going to be that. Probably trying to get the vampire infantry to crumble, though it's not right now because of the presence of Vlad and the necromancer. Might be great. Yeah, there you go. There's the fire on the necromancer. That's what I wanted to see. So if you kill the necromancer, it takes away some leadership and some ability for him to heal nearby units that are in combat. But he's being stubborn. I think he's about to finally die. Yeah, necromancer gone. So that's a pretty good play. The Azrael Spear probably going to try and push the White King out. And then just some Eternal Guard being thrown in to bog down this group for a while. Nice rear charge from the Glady, who's racked up 80 some odd kills. There goes a pretty mass crumbling and disintegration of the vampire infantry. But there's still going to be the vampire leaders to deal with, and you can see that that leaves the balance of power still fairly even. So vampire infantry will be dealt with. The War Dancers in there in combat. White King, where did the White King get to? He's right in combat here. Vlad gets pinned down here by the Prey of Anathrema. There's still actually quite a bit of ammo left for the Glady, so she could try and snipe at these vampire lords for a while, and that might be the best bet. Alright, so the vampire infantry is actually finally gone, maybe? Boy, man, look at that Sternsman just hang on. Looks like it's finally going to crumble. So the vampire infantry's gone. Let's see if the Glady begins like kind of sniping here. It seems like it would make sense. Yep, she's going to open fire, and that makes sense. Keep trying to eat away at the... Vlad can just replin so much. Yeah, he can replin 2,800 hit points. He's still got 900 some odd hit points that he can replin. And again, none of these units can cause an immense amount of damage to him. It looks like they're trying to pin down the White King. Focusing, the White King is on horseback, or Hell Steed, or Skeletal Steed back. And so being a large unit like that, it makes it easier for the Glady to actually land the charge. Lords tend to be tankier when they're on foot, and they tend to be a lot easier to hit when they are on mounts, but also when they're on mounts, they tend to be able to deal a lot more damage. So it kind of gives you the option to choose how you want to do things. So yeah, the White King's going to be routed. Should just leave Vlad. Let's see what happens here. There's only about 50 seconds left. White King's going to drop. Now Vlad would have to tank out the entire remnant of the Wood Elves, and I just don't find that likely, as tough as Vlad is. So let's see what happens. He's going to be charged by the Glady. Wild Riders coming in. All these units attacking him. His leadership is dropping quickly. Yeah, and there comes the crumbling. And it looks like Vlad is going to disintegrate due to army losses and leadership. So nice fight by the vampire player, but the Wood Elf player continued to keep up the skirmishing and using the skirmishers effectively. Coming to the end of a battle with the vampires and having that many skirmishers left is actually fairly impressive. I know I lose all my skirmishers every time I try and bring them against the vampires. It can be difficult with that Raise the Dead. So in the end, manages to get a, you got to get all the damage and performance out of these units you can. I really like the performance of the War Dancers, though. The War Dancers kept away the cavalry for so long, kept away zombies. Very fast unit, very handy unit. It's a way to get mobility without having to go full-fledged on a cavalry unit. So the War Dancers provide a very nice option there. Appreciate the Dawn and Eerie Robin providing us with that fun game, and the previous players who submitted as well with that awesome Volkmar Magic replay, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Take a look at the card so you can vote on what you want to see tomorrow. Curious to see your insight. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. Hope you all enjoyed the video.